Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Today we have the great opportunity to talk with a familiar face, longtime Ferris State University Athletic Director Dean Davenport. And Dean, first of all, welcome to the show.
Well, I've watched it. It's a wonderful show.
I
Proud
know.
of it.
Obviously, you've been here before, had your own show as the Athletic Director, and a great run as the Athletic Director at Ferris State. 13 consecutive President's Cups, I think 70-plus conference titles in the 80s and the 90s, and I know some great memories along the way.
Well, we had great coaches, and we had stability there, great assistant coaches, and I just stayed out of their way and let them do their thing.
One thing that I know that you were able to do at Ferris State that lasts to this day is the creation of the Bulldog logo, which celebrated its 40th anniversary here in 2019. And that logo designed by your son, Terry Davenport, which I know is a great source of pride.
Right, it is. When I became athletic director, one of the first things I wanted to do was change that Bulldog logo. It was a nice, gentle-looking Bulldog, and we needed one with a little more feistiness, fighting, that reflected really what Ferris is all about. And Terry happened to be a sophomore in graphic design, talented artist. And I asked him, can you do this? And he said, sure. So he came up with it, and it took a year to get into the uniforms and so on, and now it's all over every place, and it's not been really changed much at all. So he's pretty proud of it too. He went on to have a great career in advertising, but I think that start of doing something for his school reflects really what Ferris is all about. We've always thought that our students should get involved really quickly when they get on campus. We expect that. And I think this is one of the best examples of how a student had an impact in a college. So I'm proud of Terry.
Obviously, that logo has drawn attention, named Michigan's best sports logo over all the pro teams, all the college teams not too long ago, and I know that was something the Bulldog fans really got behind.
Yes, they did, and we beat the Red Wings. The Tigers was the last team standing with us, and I called Terry and I said, well, we made it to the finals, but don't expect us to win because we're going against the English D, the Detroit Tigers. And lo and behold, I think we won by 11 or 12,000 votes as the best, most popular logo in the state of Michigan. So Bulldog fans all over can't forget that. That was a nice thing, and I think it really established the Bulldogs.
As you look back, maybe as your time as the athletic director, what are some great stories? I know off air you had one about the Ferris State volleyball team being impacted by the Olympic volleyball team.
Yes, when I became athletic director, we were moving into having a Division I hockey team. And I thought we needed to have a women's team that was going to be a #1 in the women's program. And we decided, Dr. Abelgaven and I, that it was volleyball. So I said, what we need to do is get a great volleyball coach to start out, because we have a facility now that is just volleyball. It's probably the only one in the country. They don't have baskets on it. They don't play there. The volleyball team can come in any time and practice. I think that's been one of the secrets to our success. But the real start of our success, I said to the president, how about if I went to the volleyball, the National Olympic Volleyball team, and practicing for the '80 Olympics, and get some names of people we might consider as coach. He said, go ahead. So I went out there and spent a week at Colorado Springs where the Olympic team practiced. I went to every practice. It was amazing to see our wonderful team get ready for the Olympics. And after they had practice, I got out on the floor and I had my clipboard and I'd say, give me a couple names of somebody you think would make a great young coach. And one name came up quite a few times, Kathy DeBoer. So they said, but Kathy's playing professional basketball for the Minneapolis Phillies. So when I got home, I called the Minneapolis Phillies, got Kathy on the phone. She said, nah, not really. I'm not that interested, and I've just made a real good move to play a lot here with the Phillies. So I don't think I'm interested, though I know about Ferris, and I love that school. Well, a week later, I get a call. She said, guess what? The Phillies just got sold to somebody in Phoenix, and I do not want to live in Phoenix. Is that position still open? I said, how would you like to come and be interviewed? And we did that. And Kathy came in. She was a All-American volleyball player and a basketball player at Michigan State, a great athlete. And she said to me, "I'll get this team to a certain level, then go out and hire a real coach." I've never had a coach say that before. Anyway, to make a long story short, she took our program, and it started with the championships, and as you've seen the banners out there, established us as a real power in volleyball. And from there on, Joe Hershinger came and picked it right up, and now Tia's there, and it's just kept it going. It's one of my proudest things, is the way we started with that volleyball program.
I know along with the emergence of women's sports, you were involved in Division I ice hockey starting at Ferris State, and still making a lasting impression to this day. Hall of Fame member who's now on the Hall of Fame committee. You're the sponsor of the Dean Davenport Bulldog of the Year Award. What's it like to be able to give back to those current student athletes here in this day and age?
Well, I've always told people that Ferris State is like your favorite old pair of shoes. It's so comfortable here, and I felt that I've gotten a real interesting career. I was here 22 years, 14 as athletic director, and we see we go to all the games, all the sports, and I just don't want to give up. Ferris State's in my blood.
I know obviously you've remained a big fan, following the Bulldogs to national championship games, and I know that men's basketball national championship is one moment that really sticks out in time.
Right. I've been real friendly with Andy, Coach Andy, and he's asked me to be a consultant with basketball because I came here as a basketball coach, and I played at Central Michigan and coached all around the state and California too, basketball. So I become up in the stands a consultant with my clipboard, and we meet after the games and talk about what we saw good, what we need to work on, and he's embraced me, and I even have the ring to show on one of them. We had a great championship run, and that's probably never going to be duplicated. The fact that we almost won football the very next year is a historical moment in our history too.
Obviously some great athletes and coaches here at this point in time. I know you had plenty back in your day as well, and those athletes, those coaches really made it possible to have a ton of success.
That's the thing that I think athletic directors nowadays don't do enough of, and that is cultivate assistant coaches and get them ready to move on to be head coaches when there's a vacancy. They're so busy with all the other things that are going on, and that's what we did here. Almost every sport that had a head coach leave, I was able to put an assistant in his place. So the continuity was there, and that was very important to our players and to the fans. There's somebody they knew. Occasionally we'd get a new coach, like our football program. We even had success with people that just stayed a year or two until not lately, and now we've got a fantastic career going in football.
Well, Dean, thanks for being with us here today, and appreciate all the great stories, and hope to talk to you again soon.
Let's do that. Thanks.
That'll do it for Ferris Sports Update. A reminder, you can follow all the action online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Have a great week.